What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Little guy here today. This is a Spartan Harsey 3.25 inch folder, I believe they call it. Not a super common knife compared to the regular Harsey, but it has a bunch of loyal fans in its own right. Just because, you know, the S45 blade, it's obviously a frame lock, full titanium, runs on bearings, just like its big brother. People love this thing. Good jimping. Solid. Now, if you're looking at something like this, it's like almost like a baby hinderer, in that you are getting a full tie frame, right? But you're not having to upgrade it. So with the hinder stuff, you always have to throw a tie, or remove the G10, throw on a tie scale. Whereas this guy, you know, you don't have to do that. It comes out of the box, I want to say like $100, $150 cheaper than its comparable in the hinderer line. Real nice. Real nice. Fires out nice and smooth. Very similar to like almost Chris Reevesy, but like a lot smoother because it is on that phosphor bronze. Cool little signature on the blade. Stonewash finish. Does it have an over travel? I haven't looked. It does. Look at that. Nice little over travel stop built in there. And I don't see, it's hard to see behind the camera if it has different metal on the actual engagement mechanism there. It may. Beautiful on the inside of it as well. Hopefully the light can pick that up. It's kind of hard to show, but yeah, nice. It's just a solid design. Comparison wise, let's take a look at some comparables in the same category. There's your bug out. You know, so double the price of the bug out. Very similar size wise. Let's go Harsey large to kind of show you that's the one that people are probably going to want to see. Now I have done a video on that, I believe on a separate channel, but probably, do I have a small Sebenza somewhere? Close enough. I think this one is a small Cosi. For size comparison, very similar, right? Much cheaper than a Chris Reeves. Definitely not as, I would say the quality is definitely not the same either. The Chris Reeves I think is a little nicer. But as a comparison's sake anyway. Small Sebenza territory or Nkosi, same thing. Similar enough. So not same thing, just similar enough to that little guy. What else would we put in this? Do we have a Rosie here? Yep. Very similar to a Rosie overall. In fact, the Rosie is a little bit smaller, but a lot more handle, a lot more blade, a lot more slicey, right? A lot more sexiness factor as well. You know, when you're going to church and you pull out a Rosie, they're like, oh God. And they're not even supposed to say that, right? Something else similar, let's see here. No, you could probably say it's similar enough to the this guy here, the Defiant 7. Very similar. Probably more similar than I think. The Holt haptic as well is in that conversation. A little more slicey. They're very similar in terms of overall size, though, in that blade. Let's see, would we even compare it with this guy here, the Grimsmo, the Rask? A little bit more of a dressier knife, but the Rask is bigger for reference, as you can see, for size. So it's not a terribly huge blade. This Harsey small 3.25. So when you hear 3.25, you're like, oh, it's a pretty big. Like, you know, 3.5 is kind of the gold magic zone. It's really not. It's thin. Thin in all aspects, actually. So the blade's not tall. If we take a look at this, the blade's not super tall. The handle's not super fat. Fits nicely though. I'm 6'3", big guy, and it fits my hand. Nothing's really coming off either, which is crazy. But fits well. Looks good. It's a solid little blade. Certainly not a dress blade. Like I wouldn't bring this out somewhere and try to throw it, I wouldn't try to use it as like a, throw it in a suit pocket or anything. That's probably what I'd take the tactile Rockwell for, which there's one of those for reference. It's a little bit bigger actually than that tactile, and that's a small knife. If guys know what I'm talking about, this guy's not big at all. Super cool. They actually just launched the Maverick. Really excited to see one of those. I believe I have one on order. Maybe 2, maybe 5. We'll see. See if they hit the store. But they started their business in pens, and they make a good product. So we'll see if those make it into the store or not. But that's not neither here nor here or there. That's what this blade's all about. So anyway, really cool blade. S45 VN, full titanium on phosphor bronze. Not as lightning quick as bearings, but I'll tell you what, when you're out in the field and getting grit and crap in your pockets, you're not going to want to have bearings. Real nice. You can adjust the pocket clip on there as well. Sorry, not the pocket clip, the little, I think you can customize this a la Rick Hinder. Take that out and put on like little cool things. Pocket clip's got the arrow on it, which is what they're known for. Some nice writing on there, USA, with the signature as I discussed earlier. Just a cool blade. Definitely check that out. Don't know if I'll have that in the store at any time soon, but definitely would sell them. And Spartan blades, I mean, like they're solid, and still you can get them, which is half the battle right now. All right, guys. Any questions? Leave them below. Otherwise, like, subscribe, share, leave some comments, and until next time, we'll see ya. Cheers.